everybody, it's Jamie from No Getting Off This Train. In today's video, I am making a meatball ravioli Alfredo using ingredients from Dollar Tree, and I found a bonus breakfast. In my most recent visit to Dollar Tree, I decided to look more in the freezer section for all of the food ideas. Now, I've done a lot of pantry foods and I love the huge selection they have, but I also wanted to look at their freezer section because I know because they now sell items that are more than $1 or $1.25, they have more variety. But of course, it also means they're a little bit more expensive. I knew I wanted to do some sort of a pasta or a pizza dish. So after looking around in the pantry section, I went over to the freezer section and these things just like popped out at me. So first off, I found a bag of cheese ravioli, which I think they have had something similar in the past, but a smaller package. This one was a bigger package, but it was also a little bit more expensive. And then I saw the frozen meatballs and I was like, yeah, we definitely need to get on this. So I picked up the ravioli and the meatballs. They also have little bags of Texas toast. Now these look pretty similar to the ones I bought beforehand, before everything was more expensive. There were 4 in the package, so we were good to go there. And then I looked over in the pantry section, just looking at the different pasta sauces, and I wanted something a little bit different from just like traditional spaghetti sauce. So I ended up getting a can of Alfredo. I also looked over at the frozen vegetables and they had a couple of different things, one of which was stir-fry veggies, and they also have bags of broccoli. Now I keep talking about this broccoli. These are broccoli cuts as opposed to broccoli florets, which I typically buy when I'm at stores. And these are not my favorite at all. And I keep saying I'm not going to buy them again, but I always end up buying them because, I mean, broccoli goes really good with pasta dishes. So I decided to give it a try again. So I had all of that, which equals about $12, and that's going to feed 4 to 5 people. However, as I was walking up toward the front, I stopped and looked over at this breakfast thing right here. These are instant oats, but they're like protein oats. I had not seen these before. I'm like, wait, this is $1.25 for a little thing of this. This looks amazing. So this is real gourmet. These are banana, caramel, nuts, and seeds. There is 9 grams of protein, 18 grams of fiber, which is a lot of fiber. So I'm going to be making the meatball ravioli Alfredo here in a second, and then I'm going to make this breakfast right here to see how that is. The first thing I did was fill a large pot with water and turn it to high so it could start boiling. I put the Alfredo sauce in a smaller pot, and then these meatballs are fully cooked. They usually take maybe a minute or so in the microwave, so I just decided to add it in with the Alfredo sauce and let them simmer together. I also found this pasta seasoning, which is like a mixture of garlic powder and onion powder, so I thought I would try that in here to see how it tastes. I also microwaved the broccoli for 5 minutes like it said, and I chopped it up into smaller pieces because some of this was very big, and like I said, I am not a fan of this broccoli. And also, after it finished cooking, some of it was looking a little bit yellow, so I did not have high hopes for this at all. Nevertheless though, I added it to the Alfredo sauce and stirred it all together and just let everything else heat up. And then I added a little bit of basil, which I had at home, and then some extra pasta seasoning, hoping that it would give it a pretty good flavor. At this point, the water was boiling, so I stuck the Texas toast in the oven for 6 minutes at like 425 degrees. And then I put the ravioli inside the boiling water, and the bag said to only cook it for like 30 seconds, which didn't take too long at all. I think most are like 2-3 minutes. So after the ravioli was done, then I was able to serve it. Now this serves 4 to 5 people, which is like $2.50 to $3 per serving, which really is not bad. The broccoli was still not that great, but the rest of it was pretty good. All right, now we've got our instant protein oatmeal. So again, this is the banana, caramel, nuts, and seeds. So the instructions, I got to empty the pouch of oats into the bowl, add boiling water up to the line, and then mix, and then cover for 3 minutes. So we've got Oh, okay. So it's got two little bags here, plus a wooden spoon. So I'm gonna empty both of these into the bowl here. And the water that's over here, I microwaved it for like a minute and a half. So it's not technically boiling, but it is pretty darn hot. So this looks like a brown sugar and cinnamon mixture, most likely. All right, so we'll pour into that where that black line is, which that wasn't a whole, it may be a half cup of water. I already have my other spoon here, so let me mix this together. And then put the lid on it, and then we'll just let it sit for 3 minutes. It's still early in the morning. I haven't taken a shower yet. I usually go out for like a 2-mile walk every morning, but I had breakfast beforehand. So got it right here. Again, there are 9 grams of protein in this right here, and 18 grams of fiber. So if you struggle to get in your fiber intake, like this is the way to do it, because I think the recommended daily amount is 25 grams. So this is like over half of your daily recommended amount. All right, so let's see how this tastes. Well, it's not bad, actually. It tastes pretty good. There's definitely a banana flavor to it. It's pretty sweet. Now, the only problem is the oats are a little bit mushy. And it's because these are instant oats or like quick cook oats. And so when you cook them, put them in hot water, obviously, I mean, they're going to cook, but they also get really like soft and mushy. That's why I prefer the old-fashioned oats, because they don't really get that way. So besides the texture, this is pretty good. And for $1.25, this thing is not bad. So if you see this at the store, I recommend grabbing it. So all in all, the meal was pretty good. Again, the broccoli, I had to eat around the broccoli. It was just, I don't know, something about the smell and then the taste of it. I cannot do Dollar Tree broccoli. I am so sorry. But other than that, the ravioli, the meatballs, they were really, really good. If you see those as well as the protein oatmeal, I highly recommend you guys give those a try. So leave me a comment and tell me what is something that you guys have found at Dollar Tree recently. You haven't either seen in a while or have never seen at all. Let me know so I can go looking for it too. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later. Are you looking for easy dinners to feed your busy family? Click the link in the description to grab a free recipe book with 10 simple and delicious dinners that my family loves. Download it now and tell me what you think.